Welcome back to AM Northwest. If you're a parent, especially to a teen, chances are good our next guest has popped up in your social media feed sharing texting gems from kids like, where do I buy pasta water? And what country speaks cursive? Here with more, we welcome the author of What Time is Noon, Chip Leighton. Chip, great to speak with you. I have loved these. They're just hilarious. How did this idea come about to kind of post texts? And you have two kids, right?
Yeah, so I've got two. They used to be teenagers. One's still 16, one's 21. So one's a former teenager. But yeah, I mean, I've been on social media for a few years, and I started posting initially my daughter's funny text messages a few years ago, and then my son's. And it turned into this sort of community where parents told me, "Oh my gosh, I get the same exact ones," and they started sharing theirs with me. And now I'm sort of this hub of where I feature all kinds of other parents' funny texts, and it's been fun. Yeah.
Give me some of your favorites.
Oh man, there's so many. It's tough to narrow down. I've always liked, did grandma have kids? That's a thinker. How does eating cold turkey help you quit smoking? That's one of my top ones.
I love that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And then there's so many food related texts that are hilarious.
Yeah. Is a 9 by 13 pan the same as a 13 by 9 pan? Can I trust a gas station egg? Which that's a good question, actually.
It actually is a very good question.
Yeah.
Now, when you are sharing some of these great texts or questions, are your kids ever bothered that some people may think that it's them again?
Right. Well, that it's funny you asked. That is their primary feedback right now, which is like, "Hey, you got to make it much clearer. These are not all our texts. My friends think I'm an idiot or whatever." So I try to make that clear. But yeah, when I mean, they help keep me humble too. They're
right.
They don't find it quite as funny as other parents do. When I left my corporate job to start writing the book, my daughter started calling me the unemployed middle-aged TikToker. Which, I can't dispute the facts, but still.
Well, and didn't she or somebody, I don't know who said, don't mention TikTok in public, Dad? Is that because it embarrasses her?
Yeah, I think that one was from another kid, but
okay.
Yeah. I mean, your kids don't want you on like social media. I've heard from a lot of parents when they got on TikTok, their kids like blocked them preemptively before they even did anything. So I got a whole section on like do's and don'ts for social media and when you can tag them and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so tell me some of those because I like when it's don't like my friend's Instagram, Mom.
Yeah. No, you can't be interacting with their friends' Instagram at all. For their Instagram, you can usually like it, but not comment. But you can't like it too soon because if there aren't enough people that have liked it, then you'll stand out.
Oh
So
my
there's a whole bunch of rules. You definitely can't be connected with their friends. So it's tough to keep up with. That's part of what I'm trying to do with the book.
Well, also what you're doing too is relating to kids with humor.
Yeah, I mean, none of this stuff is really serious. It's all just, I mean, I believe that, it's a healthy thing to laugh about just the silly little stuff in life. And it's all little stuff like laundry or mailing letters or whatever. And it's not, this is supposed to, celebrate teen humor. I'm not trying to make fun of kids in any way.
Right.
And I'm not trying to indict parents either, because it's like, just like the title of the book, like you would never think as a parent, oh, have I explained what noon is to my kid? But if you're a kid, no one has explained it, then you might not know what it is.
Right. So. I once asked my young niece to meet me at 1:45, and she had no clue what I was talking about.
No way. They'll be like, "Would you speak English, please?"
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the favorite one I think that I've heard seen on your feed is what is DOB?
Oh yeah. They don't. Yeah. Date of birth. They don't. Yeah. A lot of those abbreviations when they're filling out forms, they don't know stuff. Your social is another one. They're social security number. They're usually like, well, that's Instagram, sometimes TikTok. But I have a whole thing on like filling out forms and what kids put. Like
right.
There's the famous story of like there's a lot of kids a lot of boys when they're filling out forms that are like text their parents, "Hey, what's my maiden name? I don't think I know what that is."
Also, it's funny too when kids are trying to make sure, in addition to the Instagram, that you don't embarrass them. Like I saw a series of texts in your book about don't wave at me when you drop me off, park a block away.
Oh yeah. There's a whole that's a huge part of the whole genre here. There's one of my favorites is my friends are almost here. Make sure Dad stays in the basement. It's that kind of stuff. All my friends are going to be there. Walk normal. It's that sort of thing. So.
Is there one that your kids have done that stands out to you about being embarrassed about what you do in addition to the social media? Because that is pretty cool that you're this TikTok star, really.
Yeah, right. Yeah, mostly they say those to my face, I guess. But no, I mean the ones I think of for my kids, or I did once get the question of like how big is a 12-inch pizza? So that's interesting.
And another one you list is about putting. Do I leave the cardboard on when I put the pizza in the oven?
Yeah, I've actually heard that from a bunch of a bunch of people. Sadly, you're supposed to take it off if anyone's wondering. But yeah, yeah. The other one from that's from my daughter that gets a lot of attention is one time she texted me after I left the house, like, "Mom hasn't stopped rage vacuuming since you left." So there's, I do a bunch of marriage content on my channel as well.
I love it. Absolutely love it. We want to tell everyone the book again is titled "What Time Is Noon?" Chip Leighton, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
You bet. We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.